Hi, it's Steve with Coin Stuff I Like, bringing you part 4 in the Peace Dollar series, where I am covering Peace Dollars through my collection of U.S. Mint and Moonlight Mint items. And I'll put the playlist in the description of this video in case you missed part 1 through 3. And I do encourage you that if you like this one, go back and watch the other ones if you have not already. And I appreciate it if you hit the like button on these if they appeal to you. So, what we've been doing is covering these in segments, and now we're going to be covering the period of 1927 through 1928. This period has a number of key dates. This also marks the end of the Pittman Act. The Pittman Act, if you go back to part 1, I covered this, where they had to melt existing silver dollars, so that's a lot of Morgans that were melted to supply bullion to allies during the war period. And then after the war, the Pittman Act covered the recoinage of silver dollars during this period of 1921 through 1928. Pittman Act ended here, so that's sort of the end of the Pittman Act era of peace dollar production. Then there was the Depression, and after emerging from the Depression, then the Mint, U.S. Mint, started producing silver dollars again, at least for 34 and 35. So we're going to cover the 27 and 28 period. Now, I produced this chart for this video. I'm not going to go into it in detail. You can pause the video and review it if you like. But what I did is I took the mintage figures, the estimated survival overall, in all grades for that particular year, and then the estimated survival in mint state, 60 or higher, for each of the years of U.S. Mint production. I even threw in the moderns and that the great story of 1964 in Denver. I threw those in as well, but let me go over why I did this, because we're covering the 27 and 28 period. If we look at the 5 lowest survival rates in MS, 60 or higher, of the Peace Dollar, Classic Peace Dollar series, we've got 3 of the lowest 5 in this 27 to 28 period. All right? The 24S was low, and 34S is the lowest survival in MS. But we're going to be covering these. So low survival rate in MS, and also there are 3 of them in this period of 27 and 28 that are the top 5 by price guide in MS62, just so I equated all of them. The top 5 in MS62, also there's 3 of the top 5 in this period, 27 to 28. 34S, the highest price because of that lowest survival in MS, and the 21 as well. Even though it has a lot of survivors in MS, it still commands the 3rd highest price. But we're going to be covering these, and that's why I wanted to produce this chart. You can pause it and review it on your own, and I may come back to it when we get to the 34 and 35S period. But for now, understand that we've got 3 of the lowest survival rates in MS and 3 of the highest price for an MS62. I'll also remind you that the coins in this period, 27, 28, are all low relief obverse and reverse, and they all have the reverse B2, which it pretty much exists for all coins after 1922. All right, so there's a little background. Also, in this series that I'm producing, I haven't previously looked at my piece dollar collection for varieties. This is the first time. As I'm doing this video, I'm looking at varieties. So so far, this was part 2, video part 2. No, maybe it's part 3. Yeah, part 3. The 1921 and 1922D, I found a top 50 VAM for those. So what are we going to find here? We're about to find out as we look into these. So it's like I'm discovering it and relaying it on to you as I do this series. So let's take a look. Start with the 27. The 1927, I have an MS63 in the collection. This is the second lowest mintage of for any year mint mark in the classic piece dollar series. The second lowest mintage, and 50,000 survive in all grades. 20,000 survive, which is a pretty low survival. 20,000 survive in MS 60 plus. All right. So looking at this coin, yeah, it's about a 63. And as we look at the details, we find that this is another top 50 VAN. So, just wow that I'm finding these. It has tripling in the designer's initials. It has doubling in the motto, both on the left side and the right side. You can see doubling here, a notch here, a little notch here. These are not strong strikes, so the doubling's a little mushy, but you can pick it up. You can wobble it. You look at the light right, the right orientation. You can pick this up. Here we got here. A little bit you can see in the bottom bar of the R. So there is doubling, not a strong strike, but you can still pick it up. And this is a VAM 2 for 1927. Further, and this is sort of what confirms VAM 2, it has doubling in the ribbon at the back of the hair bun. Right here, you can see that as doubling in the hair, just in back of the eye, and doubling in the rays. Some of the front rays have doubling that you can see here. So these are all sort of confirmatory, along with the designer's initials and the motto doubling. Here's another image of that hair doubling behind the eye. So very nice to find another top 50. Let's go on to 1927D. So this one was over 1 million minted. There's only 60,000, 10,000 estimated survival in 60 plus. This is the second lowest estimated survival for an MS piece dollar in the classic series. So a very low survival rate in 60 plus. This is a 62, and it looks like a 62, but it's nice and bright. It's a nice looking coin in my eyes. For my collection, again, as I reviewed previously, my goal with this collection is to stay in the low MS, try to collect them in low MS, so 61 to 63. This one, as I looked at it, I'm going, oh, wow. This another one. So another top V, this top 50 VAM. This is a 27D VAM 2. Nice doubling in designer's initials. There's also a notch over here, but I couldn't get the light just right. You can see here, doubling in the motto. Here's a notch here. Over here, there is right here and right here, there's notching. Again, not a strong strike, but enough to pick it up and identify it as a VAM2. Further, it has doubling in LIB. So there's a notch here and there's a groove that runs over here, although this is not well struck and then sort of flattened in here. It does have it down here, and then also you can see it a little bit here, plus doubling in the rays, the lower part of the rays here. So confirms 27D, VAM2, another top 50. So as I'm looking through these, I'm just going, what? This is sort of this is nice to be able to find these. Again, these are unattributed. They're just I bought them as just a standard coin in straight grade, and explore them a little bit more and finding some pretty cool things. 27S is also very low mintage. Very low mintage and estimated survival rate in MS of only 20,000. So this is like the third lowest mintage of the classic Peace Dollar series, and only 20,000, which is relatively low for estimated survival in mint state. This is a 62. Again, a bright coin, definitely a 62. This one, I'm going, what a streak. This is another top 50 VAM. As I'm looking through these, a 27S VAM3, which is a top 50. Now, this one has markers on the obverse, but the key is the key thing that qualifies it as a top 50 VAM3 is on the reverse, which I'll get to. This has a die gouge that is associated with the designer's initial, and that's present on all of them. And then you may get a die crack through the hairbun as well as an obverse markers. But the VAM is based on the doubling in the olive branches, olive leaves, and the berries. You can see berry here, a berry down here. There's doubling in leaves. Another berry, branches, leaves, leaf. So lots of doubling. It even has a little doubling in the claw. This is on, as you're looking at the reverse, is on the right side of the rock that the eagle is perched on. And on the left side, we have the feathers associated with the leg and the talons. We can see doubling there, doubling here, and even a little notch on that claw. All right, so nice doubling on the reverse. 27S VAM3, top 50 VAM. Wow. So 3 for 3 in this series. Now let's go on to the 28. Now this one is the lowest mintage of all the classic Peace Dollar series. That's the lowest mintage. Remember, 28, they're coming to the end of the Pittman Act. So the legislative command to mint a lot of silver dollars is sort of winding down. But not only is it a low mintage, but the survival rate is correspondingly low, 40,000. This is for all grades, and 25,000 estimated survival in MS. This is an MS61, which it looks like a MS61. Looking at it closely, this is a VAM2, which is not a top 50 VAM, but still I was able to identify it because it has doubling in IBER. There's a notch there. There's some doubling here. You can see here in the B, maybe a little notch there. Notch. You can see a little furrow the line there on the E, and in the R, the same thing here and down here. So doubling in IBER and also in some of the rays. You can see some doubling as well. So that's a VAM2, 1928. That brings us to the last in this part of this video is a 28S, which had a mintage of over 1.6 million, 127,000, a little over 127,000 are estimated to survive in all grades, 27,500 estimated to survive in 60 plus. Now that's still somewhat low, but not as low as the ones we've already gone through in this 27 to 28 period. This one's a 62, looks like a 62, bright coin, nice to have it in my collection. And you look at it under loops or scope. And this one is a VAM5. Now this one is really cool in my opinion. I really like this. In fact, this may be of the ones that I've presented in this video, this may be the one I like the most. It has doubling in the nose and the lips, the upper lip. All right, so there's a furrow here, furrow there. It's got pretty nice wide doubling here in the W and the E. You can see it here, notch right here. Again, we don't have super strong strikes, so they're not really crisp, but you get the light right, and you're looking at it, you can see it picks it up really easy there. And then over here, look at the amount of spread here on the R, the T, even the V has it. Notching there. The designer's initials has some pretty wide spread doubling there. So this is a really cool double die VAM5 28S. It also has doubling on the back of the neck. All right, the bust neck portion, the back side. And here's another, you can see that pretty nice doubling here, T and R. It also has doubling in the arrays. So very nice. I think I like this one the best of all 5 coins that I've shown you, even though it's not a top 50. And I really wonder why this one didn't displace one of the other ones and make a top 50. But that's neither here nor there. This is a 62, and I'm glad to have this one in my collection. So there you have it, 27 through 28. We've found 3 top 50 VAMs to add to the 2 that we found in a previous video, the 21 and the 22D. And we found all 3 mints for 27 in this, in my collection, are top 50 VAMs. That's pretty cool. So as you're looking at this, you may wonder, okay, well, how, found those top 50 VAMs, do they add any premium? So what I did is I looked at PCGS price guide, which you have to take with a grain of salt, but in relative terms, it does give you some idea of the premium above the base coin price. Of course, when you're working with VAMs, you're narrowing your population of people you could possibly sell this to. So even though it may command a little bit higher price, you have to find the buyer. But in any case, this is the premium in the PCGS price guide above the base coin value at same grade. So the 21, which was a VAM3 in MS61, carries a $325 premium higher than the base 21 MS61. That's pretty good. 22D that we found, which was a VAM7B in MS62, that's plus $235. These last three that we found in this video, all the 27s, 27 from Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, they are in that $25, $35, $50 premium above the base value for same grade. So note that all of these were not attributed on the holder. And if I want to send them back to Annex to get them attributed, it's going to cost me a $15 holder fee, $14 variety attribution fee. So there, right there, that's $29. Plus you got shipping to and back, those fees, which the more coins you submit, the lower per coin fee that shipping part amounts to. But nevertheless, we're talking, let's just say 30, let's say $30 to $32 per coin. All right. So it's sort of a lateral move. This one here, I sort of go in the hole, but potentially am increasing the value by getting these two added. That said, I'll probably send them all the top 50s. I'll send in, and I'll just take the hit right there. These will be lateral moves more or less, but these I'll gain a little bit. So there's a little bit of background on, looking at these, and particularly in this, examples of, be aware that just because the attribution's not on the label doesn't necessarily mean there's not a variety. So look at your coins, because you may bump the value up quite a bit if you find a good variety among the graded slab coins that you have that don't have attributions. So there you have it. That's this time. Next time we'll be covering 34 and 35. And we'll look at for VAMs. Maybe we get another top 50. I'm going to keep my fingers crossed, but we'll also cover a couple of key dates as well. So stick around, and we'll cover those in the next video. Thank you for watching, and remember, buy stuff you like, but be careful about what you buy. Be smart about what you buy, and check your unattributed holders to see if you have a variety. Again, thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.